What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you all are having a very blessed and wonderful day. So today's video is going to be a very important one, because while I have not gone through it yet, from what I've been hearing, we have a very meaty update for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now on my console, right, the update was only like a gig and some change, right? But what's more important here are the bug fixes, and we're gonna get into that in just a moment. But it's like, prepare yourself, because this patch might be a bigger than you actually thought it was. Now, patch notes, February 21st. Hello Task Force X. The main focus of this patch is to address a number of issues that we have seen players run into since launch. Among these are fixes for various crashes, progression blockers, connectivity issues, and several server-side improvements. There are a couple of points that we specifically wanted to highlight. For players experiencing issues when trying to log in, we believe this patch will address the issue for some, not all, some. So there will be some people who still might not be able to get into the game just yet, but this is all a process because they're trying to get people in, as I won't say as quickly because it's not the right term for it, but they're trying to get people in when they can, right? They're working on it expeditiously, right? So it's a process, but they are working on it. They didn't forget about you. They didn't forget about us. Regardless of what people saying, they didn't forget about us. Now, we are continuing to investigate further causes of this, and we'll have additional fixes in upcoming patches. And the reason why I would say another thing is to be a bit more hopeful is just because we got our last patch like last week. We've gotten like a patch for 2 weeks straight, and I would very much like to bet that we could see another patch for the game this time next week, right? Or maybe even sooner. Now, for players experiencing performance issues and disconnects while playing multiplayer, we have addressed a number of issues in this update, and players should see an improvement when playing with others. Now, we are also investigating the release of some additional server hotfixes that aim to further improve matchmaking and reduce errors when joining online sessions. We are aware that there are other issues that are not yet addressed with this patch, but but please know that we are laser focused on resolving critical issues as quickly as we can, and we have more fixes on the way in future updates. So this right here, this again is them reiterating the fact they know the current issues that are being dealt with in the game, and they're trying to fix them as quickly as they possibly can. They didn't forget about it. It's just gonna take some time, because like I explained in my last video, they have different teams working on all of these different bugs. So it's not one team that's just knocking it out right away. Like it's taking time. Now, we aim to follow up with our weekly developer update later in the week to address any questions that you may have around the contents of this patch, and we will see you all in Metropolis. Now, the changes in this release. To help players more easily access the in-game, we have increased the reward for completing the first Mayhem mission to 9,000 per medium, up from 3,000 per medium. That's pretty decent. Enemies and hack support squad missions will now prioritize a shield harvestable state over the burning effect, and this should make these missions easier to complete if using a build that often triggers the Diablo Blaze affliction, and for those using the Black Mass Notorious firearms. Now, we have updated the DPS values for Notorious and Infamy firearms to be consistent across all weapon types within their respective tier and rarity. And Green Lantern infused choppers and Lexus second support squad mission will have now been replaced with non-infused choppers. Forgive me for a second because I'm losing my words. But now we're gonna get into the bug fixes. Now we're gonna get into the real meat and potatoes of this video. So first up, fix the bug in which players were sometimes sent back to the seizure warning screen after attempting to join a session. Fix the bug that will result in a character being unable to move if the player was idle for 30+ minutes after completing the mission. Fix the bug in which some players were not correctly ordered on the leaderboard if they had a better score within the same mastery level. Fix the bug that was in rare cases causing players who launched the game for the first time to have 100% game completion. Fix the bug whereby one or more players may appear in Metropolis while setting up an incursion mission, preventing it from being started. That's a bug that I had. Fix the bug that will sometimes result in a white screen after skipping the post-fight cinematic after killing Brainiac. That's another bug that I had. Fix the bug where players will receive loot from incursions that are higher than their current mastery level cap. Fix the bug that sometimes causes the truck to jiggle in place, resulting in performance issues if left idle for too long. And in the Drive to Centennial Park mission. Fix the bug that sometimes prevented voice chat from working when joining an online session with a friend. Fix the bug in which the Mayhem mission in Chapter 7 will sometimes have random mutators applied instead of the set mutators. Fix various issues that can occur in an online session after a player's internet connection drops in and out repeatedly. Fix the bug that will sometimes cause the game to become unresponsive when unplugging a controller during the map tutorial after completing the Hello Oswald mission. Fix the bug that will sometimes cause enemies to become unresponsive during incursions while in an online session. I hope that relates to the unresponsiveness. I hope that relates to them not taking damage, because that's one bug fix that I still have not seen yet that I very much need to see. It might be here in this list, we don't know, but we got to keep reading. Fix the bug that resulted in players sometimes getting stuck inside walls or terrain and killing Tom hardcore after killing Brainiac. Fix the bug that sometimes resulted in players falling out of the game after leaving the Batman Museum. Fix the memory leak that was likely to happen if playing through the entirety of chapters 1 through 5 in a single setting. Fix the bug that will sometimes result in a loading Metropolis screen after collecting your first affliction from Ivy. Fix the bug that prevented players from picking epic augments for Lucky Charms when modifying gear with Toyman, stopping the player from returning to the game. Fix the bug that sometimes resulted in legendary weapons having the name of their lower rarity versions instead, which is also another bug that I have. Fix the bug that prevented shield harvest kills from counting towards contract progress. Fix the bug that instantly increased a player's Fight Night Crisis rank by completing a single incursion hosted by a player of a much higher rank. Fix the bug that was resulting in the burn damage numbers on the HUD not being accurate. Fixed augments from showing as invalid when viewing another player's profile from the leaderboards. Fixed the worst case scenario mission granting loot after the initial completion. Fixed the bug that will sometimes cause enemies to be unresponsive during the Noisemaker mission while in an online session. Fixed the bug that will sometimes cause the game to become unresponsive when unplugging a controller during the Rapid Transit Unlock tutorial. Fixed the bug that will sometimes cause the game to become unresponsive when unplugging the controller during the Nano Enhancement Unlock screen. Fix the Molecular Agitator's legendary augment not working correctly in the multiplayer section. Fix the bug that will place players inside of the Lex Tower garage during the Batman's Last Ride mission if the host disconnected during the cinematic. Fixed a potential photosensitivity concern in the cinematic for the Best Frenzy Forever mission. Fixed the privacy policy button opening the wrong link. Fixed various localization inaccuracies in the in-game store. Fixed the bug that could lead to performance issues after repeatedly viewing the emotes in the game menu. Fixed the bug that could sometimes cause Deadshot to not animate correctly during his emotes and rival taunts. God damn, this is a lot of bug fixes. Fix the bug that prevented Ludonauts from spawning from their host if they were killed by Harley Suicide Strike. Fix the bug that will sometimes cause the exit portal markers to show up in different places for both the host and the client if the client joins in late to an incursion. Fix the bug that will sometimes lead to an extended black screen if the host leaves and then rejoins while loading during the Batman's Last Ride mission. Fixed various instances of clients being stuck on loading screens when the host aborts a mission. Fixed a bug in which Bizarro's Undeath Ray would remove all shield overcharge when using his regular fire mode. Fixed the localizations for the OG Villains leaderboard. Fixed a crash that would sometimes occur during killing time following audio corruption. Fixed a crash that could occur when viewing Batman in the codex and exiting back to the main codex menu. Fixed a crash that could sometimes occur during Fortress Metropolis after engaging the Force enemy. Fixed a crash that could sometimes occur after leaving the Wayne Bank and then traversing to the Lantern Killer mission location. Fixed a crash that could sometimes occur when approaching a Ludonaut while reloading his Harley. Then you have various additional client crash fixes, server crash fixes, other various server improvements, various updates to the game's credits, and then the last three are for PC only. Fixed a bug that was causing players in your Steam friends list to show up as not in Argus database. Fixed a bug that resulted in mouse acceleration being disabled when turning off juggle aim snap, and then addressing an issue with an overly large patch size. So there were a couple of things that I didn't see in here personally that I would have liked to have been mentioned. Like, for example, there are certain missions in multiplayer that you cannot do. Like, there's certain missions you cannot do together. Like, people won't get kicked out, but it's more so if you try to do the incursion mission that's primarily centered around firearms, because I forget the name of it. If you did the firearms incursion mission online, the game will literally freeze, and you would have to hard reset in order to be able to play again. And then in some other incursion missions, the game will just like outright crash on you completely. So it's like, it's still a good couple of things that, me personally, it hasn't been addressed. Like, I'm probably still gonna be playing solo until the next patch gets here. But goddamn, overall, I can't sit here and say that this wasn't a good patch update, because this was a lot of bugs. I mean, in hindsight, it's bad that it was this many bugs in the game, but at the same time, they fixed this many bugs in one patch. Hold up, we gonna count them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I lost count. I was like, it's a lot. I'm not about to sit here and count through all that again. But if I'm right, I believe what this is, somewhere between 30 to 40 different bug fixes. At least 30 to 40 different bug fixes. Like, holy hell. This was all in one patch too, again, which is the great thing. Because, like, well, to me, what this says is a lot of people have been concerned that, you know, Rocksteady isn't listening to us, right? Like, they not fixing what needs to be fixed. They not fixing what's important. And then the last patch that we had got last week, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit iffy, because we know, I mean, for those who were actually, you know, kept an open mind, you could sit here and tell that, yeah, this isn't them saying that this stuff is more important. This is just literally what got done first, and they had wanted to push out that update. But outside of that, they are focusing on the more important issues. This update alone should literally be enough to tell you, okay, it might take a minute, but they are dedicated to getting as many of these bugs and issues ironed out as much as possible. Because again, at least 30 to 40 different bug fixes in this patch alone. Now, everything wasn't fixed. I won't sit here and pretend like it was, but Rocksteady, this was definitely a step in the right direction. And I hope that more than half, a good majority of these bugs can be at the very least 90% to completely fixed by the time season 1 drops. Because if season 1 drops and we got these bugs, it's not going to be good. But overall, man, hey, this was a good update. I can't be mad at it. So with that being said, that's gonna go ahead. That's gonna bring us to the end of this video. Let me know down in the comments below how you all feel about the video. If you enjoyed it, let me know, was this a W patch, was it an L patch? How did you feel about all of these bug fixes being in one patch? Did any of your issues get fixed or not? And again, if you've enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and smack that notifications bell so you won't ever miss out on any of my Suicide Squad related content. And I will catch y'all in the moonlight. Peace.